capturing moments, creating memories. And welcome to our channel.
Welcome to another video. Welcome to the channel, and hello from Nick. In this video, it's going to be a little bit different. What I want to do is to share with you guys my experiences of the current problem of Aer Lingus transatlantic services from Manchester to Barbados, New York and Orlando. I know how difficult it is at the moment and how upsetting it is and how stressful it is. I'm going to actually share with you I've had the same problem. Luckily, I'm all sorted now. But what I also want to do in the video is show you what I've actually been doing over the last few days to try and get myself sorted, or looking at alternative possibilities. So come and join us in this video, and if it does help you at the end, all I'm going to ask for is please subscribe to the channel. We need all the subscribers that we can. Drop me some comments. Let me know if it has helped you and how you're going on with the current situation. Of course, give the video a big thumbs up. That helps the YouTube algorithm. And of course, within the next 7 days, hype this video to get us going forward. Right, let's get straight into it. So Aer Lingus, I've travelled with them twice before, 2023 to New York, and we actually travelled this year, 2025, to New York from Manchester. We had fabulous experiences, and I did 2 review videos. First review video in 2023 has got almost, I believe, 20,000 views on it, and this year's video's got about 6,000 views. They were absolutely fabulous. The staff were wonderful. It was on time. The food was okay. And overall, my experience with Aer Lingus over the last 2 years, 9 out of 10. Absolutely awesome. So, back in 2024, me and Glenn travelled to Orlando, and we actually went with Virgin Atlantic out of Manchester on the second flight of the day. And yeah, it was an awesome flight. We did the return flight back with them. We also did a review, and you'll find that on the channel. So I want to go back to Orlando in 2026, and I started looking for these flights around about May last year, and I looked at Aer Lingus, I looked at Virgin, looked at all the different options indirectly as well, kept a close eye on it. Round about the end of May, Aer Lingus put their flights on sale, and the flight Manchester-Orlando on the 30th of April was coming in, I think initially at about £1,200 per person. It was absolutely crazy kind of money. So I kept looking at it day to day, and it got into, I think it was about the 6th of June. And one morning, I think it was a Saturday morning, I remember it well, I went onto Aer Lingus website, typed in 30th of April, returning back 3rd of May, so we're only going for a short time. And it come up with an amazing airfare for 2 of us, £964. That was the basic one, no luggage, just carry on, no pre-booking seats. And I thought that was a pretty good deal, so I actually jumped for it, booked it, and yeah, all was great. Now, I do a lot of my bookings through Travel Bag, and Paul, if you're watching, a big thumbs up. And Paul come back to me a few days after that and said he got Virgin Atlantic from Manchester, and I think it was only working out about £200 or £300 in total more. But I said, look, gone with Aer Lingus, and I was quite happy at the time, thinking, yeah, saved £200 or £300, and Aer Lingus were really good, and I was looking forward to it. At the time now, I wished I'd gone with Paul at Travel Bag, £200 or £300 more. I wouldn't have had all these worries that I've had over the last few weeks, really, hasn't it, and months, just like you guys. So yeah, we booked Aer Lingus out on the 30th of April, Manchester to direct to Orlando, 3rd of May coming back, Orlando to Dublin and Dublin to Manchester. They didn't fly direct from Orlando that time. All this problem started around about, was it November time, when they started adding delays and problems with the aircraft. And then we heard about the potential strikes. And then as we got into January, we're hearing that they're pulling out. And of course, we all got that dreaded email from Aer Lingus saying you've got two options. Number one, a full refund, or number two, send an email with some details and they'll get back to you. No good to us, as it just absolutely stresses you out. I mean, really, we want to pick up the phone and we want to call people. So I've made about 3 or 4 calls to Aer Lingus over the last 7 days, and every time spoke to really friendly reservation people. They take your booking reference and they look at it and you tell them what the problem is. And at first they sound as though they're going to sort something out, put you on hold, and then they come back and say, no, we can't do anything. You should have had an email. You've got to reply back via that email, or you can have a refund. So luckily I made another call yesterday to Aer Lingus and spoke to a very helpful guy. I think he was based in Sofia, Bulgaria or something like that. And at first, yeah, he said, I'll help you, put me on hold, come back and said, no, can't do it, got to wait for the email. I kind of stressed to him then and said, well, look, I'm only going for the weekend. You've only got to sort the outward flight. The return is absolutely fine. Put me on hold, come back again. No, can't do it. So I thought I'd have a third attempt. I actually said, look, I run a really good YouTube channel. And if you look at our YouTube channel, we've got 20,000 views of recommendations to Aer Lingus back in 2023. And we've also got 6,000 views on recommendations for 2025. We love Aer Lingus. Can you not do something? So he put me on hold, come back again and said, yeah, we're willing to change it for you. I'm thinking, great. Now, I'd already done my homework, so I knew what was coming next. So what Aer Lingus are trying to do is to route you from Manchester to Dublin and then Dublin direct to Orlando. Now, on the 30th of April, there is no Dublin to Orlando flight. So he come back and said, can't do anything for you. You're going to have to go the day earlier, the day later. And I said, well, that's no good to me. I'm only going for like 3 nights. I need to go on the 30th of April. No, nothing that we can do. I then turned around and said, well, I've already looked at the options, and you have got options to Dublin, and then Dublin to New York or Boston, and then down to Orlando. And I said, look, if you're going to do this, I prefer to go through New York. That's my way of thinking. If you go to Boston, you have to get a bus from the different terminals, where in JFK you can get the air train, so it's quite straightforward. So put me on hold, come back and said, yeah, good news, we're going to direct you through Dublin, then to New York, and then use JetBlue. So I'm all sorted. We should have got into Orlando on the direct flight about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We're now into Orlando about 10 o'clock at night. So we've lost quite a bit of time, but there are some good things about it. So you can clear US immigration in Dublin, and we've got global entry. So that apparently is going to take 2 minutes in Dublin to get through. When we arrive in New York, it's just going to be walking out on the street, no customs, nothing like that. We've got no bags. We've got about 5 hours in JFK, so I'm going to go and see the TWA hotel, or maybe even quickly go into New York itself, possibly, is what we're going to look at. So yeah, and then the return flight is as a normal Dublin, Orlando to Dublin. I think it leaves about 8 o'clock at night from MCO. A few hours wait in Dublin, and then to Manchester. No extra costs and I received an email straight away. So I can now relax and really look forward to Orlando. But I know there's so many of you guys out there still waiting for an email from Aer Lingus. And what do you do? So what I'd like to probably say in this video is look at the positive sides. Unfortunately, it doesn't look as though Aer Lingus are going to continue the flights to New York, Orlando from the end of March onwards. So you've got to be looking at the situation. You're either going to, number one, cancel with Aer Lingus via the email. Question is, how long is it going to take for you to get your money back? I spent 23 years of my life in travel, working as a travel agent, so I know what a problem Aer Lingus have got as well, and a mass amount of people that are going to need to refund. So what you've got to think about, it is going to take a while to get back the money. Have you got the money again to go and spend and purchase additional flights? Number two is send the email and wait for them to come back. Personally, that's what I would recommend you to do. The worst case scenario is probably what I've got, is where you're going to go from Manchester to Dublin, Dublin to New York or Boston, and then down to Orlando. If you're lucky, they're more than likely going to route you Manchester to Dublin and then Dublin straight through to Orlando. Clear customs in Dublin, that's going to save you 1 or 2 hours when you get to Orlando. So really, it's all positive. And I'm sure there are other options that they can look at. So what I want to do in this video moving next is show you guys a lot of the options that I thought about if you are going to cancel with Aer Lingus and you're going to book an alternative. Let's go through together all the options that I've looked at. We'll obviously start with Virgin direct out of Manchester. Is it worth going on it? Yeah, it's going to be great. You should be able to rely on Virgin. They're going to get you there on time. They're hopefully not going to mess you around. But looking at some of the airfares at the moment and some of the social media posts, I've seen one today where one seat was selling at £12,000. It's just absolutely crazy. Do you really want to go and give Virgin Atlantic crazy amounts of money? I mean, that's just for one person. If it's a family, it's absolutely nuts. I know what I would rather do. I'd rather probably get an indirect flight, or maybe head down to London area or up to Edinburgh. Stay overnight there. We can look at all those different costs for you. I've got some good recommendations in London. And go cheaper indirectly or from London or Edinburgh, save a lot of money and spend the money enjoying yourself in Orlando. So come on, let's get straight into it. And again, all I'm going to ask, big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, give Nick a pause up, and let's hope we can help you out of this horrible situation. Please check out our playlist for Orlando 2024. We had a fantastic time there. We've got videos on showing you arriving into Orlando Airport, how to get through the airport to the car rental. We've got a full video picking up the car and driving to the Rosen at 7600 International Drive. I've got a video review of the Rosen 7600. It's where I always stay. Really like that hotel. We've got a full day in Disney, full day in Epcot to show you. Celebration. We did the airboat rides, Disney Springs, Lake Eola, Winter Park. Even looked at all the shopping area for you. And we also did a full video of driving from Celebration straight back to the airport, how easy it was. So please check out that playlist. And again, join us for a fabulous trip on the 30th of April. We're going to take you guys Manchester to Dublin, Dublin to New York, New York down to Orlando. And this time we're going to show you a little bit more of Universal Studios around there. Of course, we're going to go to Celebration. We're going to look at the Disney hotels. We're going to go to an airboat ride, Disney Springs, and we'll look at all the sites on International Drive, and then we'll probably do the full videos again of how easy it is to get from the airport, and of course we'll do another review on the Rosen. Right, enough talking from me. Let's get into looking at all the different options that I've looked at, and let's get you guys back with a big smile and heading to Florida. Right then, let's start with Virgin Atlantic. And we're going to look at a Manchester. So again, we're going to search flight only. And we're going to go from Manchester to Orlando, MCO. And round trip, we're going to go April the 30th. And I'm going to return back in May the 3rd. And of course, there's two of us. And let's see the crazy prices. Direct. Right then, so the direct one, look at that, just one way, 2,787. Later flight, 3,017. Via Atlanta, 1,587. These are just one way. This is just absolutely nut crazy. So there's quite a few different options. Maybe through New York, through Atlanta. But okay, let's go up and have a look at one of the direct flights. Let's see. So what have we got? Right, let's go on this one. Economy light. So this has got no luggage. Just carry on only. So 2,700 going out. This is for two people, don't forget. Coming back, if we want to do the direct flight, we've got to pay another 1,128. So the price for two of us, Manchester Orlando, flight only, unbelievable, 3,914. Who's going to be crazy enough to pay something like that? So let's edit, let's have a look. So let's see if we went via Atlanta, what could we save? Let's have a look at this then. So bear in mind, I've initially paid with Aer Lingus 964 in total for the two of us. So via Atlanta, 1,587 for two of us. So as you can see, yeah, via Atlanta, that's getting into Orlando, 2048. So we'll select that one. Again, we'll go economy light. And let's have a look at the return. So on the return, if I want to come back direct, it's 1,126 more. But let's say if we come back through Atlanta, so the cheapest for two of us, 1,586.94, which is more acceptable. Okay, right. Let's have a quick look at London. So it must be, is it London Heathrow? Not too sure if they go from Gatwick, but Heathrow to MCO. Let's have a look. Right, direct, 1,312 for two of us one way. Indirect, still over 1,000. So not an awful lot cheaper to travel out of Heathrow. Lots of different options, as you can see there. So, right, well, let's select the direct one. 1,300 for two of us one way. And then coming back direct, no additional there. So, right, so as you can see, that's going to cost about 1,300 quid for two of us. London to MCO, which is pretty good. That's not too bad. Right, let's have a quick look at Edinburgh, maybe? Or is there any other options? London, Gatwick? No, let's try Edinburgh. So Edinburgh, Scotland, and just click search flights. You can probably hear Nick playing with his ball here as well. So indirect, it looks as though they're flying with Delta. So it's probably going to be via Atlanta. 1,320 for two people one way, so not really any cheaper. And there's no direct flights. Now, I don't know if there are direct flights Edinburgh to Orlando with Virgin. Right, let's go on to good old Aer Lingus and check out what they can do. Well, they've got a sale on. Right, okay. So, just to give us an idea of maybe what alternatives they can offer. So, Orlando, 30th of April, and returning the 3rd of May. 2 of us. And let's have a look. So it shouldn't show any direct flights anymore. And what are we getting here? So sold out completely on the 30th. So that's quite worrying. I'm glad I've managed to get mine sorted. So it's not offering any alternatives via Dublin or anything like that. You can see it's just offering the returns, but on the way out, absolutely nothing. Let's just double check if we put in London Heathrow. To me, this means all the flights out of Dublin to the US are all been taken on the 30th of April. So I'm really lucky. Yeah, sold out again. Wow. So I'm so glad that I've managed to actually get through earlier. Maybe if I was waiting for them to actually contact me, I would have lost the actual flights. So let's just have a quick look. Dublin to Orlando. And right, okay, so there's still, it looks as though the problem is then it's the Manchester to Dublin flights or the London Dublin flights, which are pretty full. So yeah, Dublin, Orlando, it's in euros now. And let's have a look. So coming back direct, or most of it's sold out. Look at this. Wow. Absolutely incredible. So let's go direct on the way back. So this is going to be in euros. Again, the cheapest fare possible. And we're going to be looking at 2,460 euros from Dublin. Right, then next, British Airways. Now, I always use British Airways when I travel to Los Angeles later on in the year. So this will be interesting to see what we can get. Right, okay, so let's have a look. Manchester to Orlando. And again, 30th of April, going out. Here we go. And coming back, 3rd of May. 2 adults. Right, okay, so there's not going to be any direct flights Manchester Orlando with BA, but let's have a look. What's it going to offer? Oh, pretty good fares going out. Now, the connecting fares, so flight details, Manchester to London Heathrow, 10:05. But this is the one then that goes from Gatwick, so you've got to get between the two. Right, okay, let's just select that one then. We'll go for the economy basic. And, right, okay, so coming back, it's probably going to be the same. Probably going to go to London Gatwick and then, yeah, into Gatwick. And then we're going to have to get from Heathrow, well, to Heathrow. There's plenty of time to actually get across. I believe there's a train between the two. So the economy basic, right, how much is this going to cost us? Let's have a look. £1,287. Right, okay. Let's edit the search. Let's get rid of Manchester. Now, I know British Airways fly direct out of London Gatwick. Oh, that's the wrong one, not Canada. Let's have a look. So, London Gatwick. Okay, right. I'm pretty certain they fly London Gatwick to Orlando. Okay, yeah, they do. Not a bad fare going out. Oh, wow, look at this one. Direct later flight, 14:30, 266 quid. We'll have one of them. Right, let's have a look. What have we... Oh, my goodness, pretty cheap coming back. Look at this. Right, okay, so 21:05 direct. Let's have a look at this one. Right, okay.
£1,050 for the two of us. Absolute bargain. Just got to get down to Gatwick, so that's a pretty good option. Right, okay, let's have a look at London Heathrow and see where this takes us through. Right, okay, Heathrow, fairly good fares. It's offering the Gatwick ones again there. That later one, okay, that's still offering that same one. So, right, let's have a look. Is there any other options? Okay, so if we go via somewhere, what have we got? So this one through Philadelphia, that's not a bad option. A couple hours in Philly, 303 quid. Okay, let's go for that one. These prices again for two of us, so really, really good. Okay, what have we got coming back? 160 quid. Flight details on that one. Through Philly again. I like Philadelphia. A couple hours in Philly. Right, let's go for this one. This one's going to be a pretty good airfare, I reckon. Wow, 925.78. Right, next up is good old American Airlines. I wish they still flew from Manchester all them years ago. That was awesome. Right, American Airlines. Let's start with then Manchester. Okay, yeah, confirm choices. Right, Manchester. Where's Manchester? There we go. Yeah, Manchester to MCO. Orlando. Okay, oh, I got that wrong. MCO, Orlando. Right, okay. You know the dates by now. So 30th of April, back 3rd of May. Okay, and we need two of us. Let's change this to two people. Okay. Right, so let's see what we're going to get. So, spinning a little bit on this one. It's having a real good think about what they're going to offer us. And let's see what American Airlines are going to do. So, from Manchester, there's no direct. It's probably going to route it through London. Or maybe through Europe, so it'll be interesting to see what comes out. Right, okay, so not cheap. So Dublin, Cincinnati, Philadelphia. Okay, so Manchester, Dublin, Dublin, Philly. It's a cheaper one there. Manchester, London again, and then changing Gatwick. That's that BA one at 544. Through Cincinnati, 524. Manchester, Dublin, Philadelphia. So I like Chicago. Manchester, Heathrow, Heathrow, Chicago, Chicago, Orlando, 524. Two of us going out. Right, okay. Basic flight. They're all into these basic flights now, aren't they? No luggage. They've all cottoned on. Absolute nightmare. Right, let's have a look. Okie dokie. So, coming back, possible 524, 832, man, that's through Dublin, 759, 559, that's Cincinnati, or Cleveland, I think that one. LaGuardia, Dublin. What have we got here? Okay, oh, let's see. Okay, keep going down, keep down. Right, through Philly again. Let's come back through Philly, Orlando, Philadelphia, Heathrow, and Manchester, 592. Basic economy, absolutely nothing. Right, what are you going to give us, American Airlines? Let's have a look. Okay, 592 a person, so about 1,200 quid. Okay, right. I mean, we've seen worse, but let's just change the trip a little bit. Let's have a look. So if we go on new search, and let's type in London Heathrow. So let's go London Heathrow, see if there's any. I don't think American fly direct to Orlando, but maybe through Miami or Atlanta or something like that. Let's have a look. Right, having a good old search again, seeing what's coming up. Let's see where we get. And I really hope this is helping you guys to find some alternatives if you need to. Again, we are so lucky that we've managed to get the flight no extra cost with Aer Lingus, so we've done well. Right, okay, so going through Cleveland, so there's nothing direct. Philadelphia, so Heathrow, Philly, so 444. Well, there's one here through Miami. Heathrow, Miami, Miami, Orlando, so that'd be a good bet. Basic economy, 444 for 2 of us going out. Okay, and let's have a look at what we're getting here. Right, just waiting for the return flights. Right, okay, so about 400 odd. So Orlando, Philadelphia, coming back through Dublin to Heathrow, 635. Through Philadelphia, through Miami. So let's look at this one. Through Philadelphia, 446. Very, very basic one. What are we going to get with American Airlines? Let's have a look. Okay, right. 446 per person, a pretty good price. Right, next one is Norse, and they fly Gatwick direct to Orlando's MCO. Never flown these, I don't know what they're like, I don't know whether I'd fully trust it, but let's have a look. Saying that, we need them come to Manchester. I think they just go to Bangkok at the moment. Right, okay, so Orlando. Let's see, get that right. MCO, Orlando, click there. Right, show flights, 2 of us. Got a feeling this is going to be, oh my goodness, yeah, this one's going to be cheap. Look at these flights. Okay, right, April. 198 quid. Wow. I'll have a bit of that. Direct flight. Okay, basic economy. Okay, you get absolutely virtually nothing on this one. Okay, coming back the 3rd of May, 155 quid coming back. Definitely have a bit of this. Right, okay, how much is this going to cost us then? 2 people with Norse. What are we looking at here? Right, okay. 704 quid for 2 of us return to Orlando. Wow. Absolutely amazing. Just got to get ourselves down to London, and that's a really good gift, isn't it, that one? Wow, let's continue on that one. Just double check. Yeah, 704 quid. And that would allow us to book it. And direct, we definitely need Norse. Moving on to Jetblue. Never flown Jetblue before, but we will be in April, down from New York to MCO. They are supposed to be amazing. Right, let's have a look. London Heathrow. Let's check. London Heathrow to MCO. Don't know if they fly direct. Let's have a look. So, right, okay. 30th of April. Return 3rd of May. Okay, check to 2 adults. And what are we looking at? Let's see. Okay, so from Heathrow. Right, okay, come on, come on. Right, it's through JFK, about 364 quid through JFK or Boston. Okay, so nothing direct, so let's click on this one, Blue Basic. We'll go with the Blue Basic. And let's have a look at the return. So the return's going to be through Boston or JFK. So we'll go probably for this one, JFK here. Right, okay, basic one. Right, JetBlue, 2 of us, 1587. And that's Heathrow via JFK. Right, okay. Let's just see if we amend here. And let's try London Gatwick to Orlando. Do they do any direct flights or anything like that? Jetblue, let's have a look. We need Jetblue definitely to come to Manchester. That would be pretty awesome. Right, okay, just waiting for this one. Let's see what we're going to get. Oh, this is going to go through Catholic, Iceland. So, 391. Okay, we'll select that one then. So, yeah, basic economy going out. Quite fancy that, going through Iceland. That would be really nice, through Reykjavik. And coming back, yeah, it's going to go through Orlando, Reykjavik again. Right, okay. What's this going to cost us? Let's have a look. Alright, okay. So this one is going to cost us, wow, 2,589. A lot of money. Don't think we're going to be doing that one. Just checking. There's no other options to look at there. Now another idea is Expedia. Let's have a quick look at Expedia. So we're going to look at flight onlys with Expedia. So we'll click on, we'll accept all that, click on flights. And right, let's, yeah, flights again, here we go, get rid of that, flights. Okie dokie, we don't want Birmingham, Manchester to MCO. Okie dokie, and right, you know it, 30th of April. Not going to forget when we're going now, are you guys? 3rd of May coming back. And we need 2 people. Right, Expedia, what have you got? Expedia searches pretty much all the airlines and brings all the different options to you. So let's have a look. I'm guessing it'll look at Virgin as well, probably through Atlanta. Right, so we've got one stop through Atlanta, yeah, so through Atlanta really. So Manchester, Orlando via Atlanta, 573 going out. Okay, so let's have the basic one there. And let's have a look coming back. They're all one stops. So it's going to be through Atlanta again. Right, okay. And it looks as though it's using Delta and Virgin on this one. 1,144. And that's going Manchester, Atlanta, and Atlanta, Orlando. And then coming back, connecting to the Virgin Atlanta one. Right, okay. How do we change the trip? Let's have a look. Ooh, review. Some of them are not that easy, are they? Let's have a look. MCO, doesn't allow me to click there. Where do you click to change the actual flight? Review your trip. No, nothing's working. Let's click on Expedia up at the top here. Right, back to flight. Okay, so let's type in London Heathrow. MCO. Shame it doesn't save all the search that we've just previously done. Right, let's see then. So direct, is there anything direct out of Heathrow? 2 people there. Let's click on search. Let's have a look at Expedia. What can you offer us? Right, here we go. Okay, almost searching there. Right, what have we got? Direct 501, via Atlanta about 425. Okay, so let's look at possibly going out on one's American Airlines actually via Cleveland. So let's go on the direct one. Go on the very cheap one here. Come coming back direct. Okay, yeah, we'll come back direct from Orlando on the earlier flight. Okay, we'll have a bit of that one. Right, okay, so Heathrow Orlando direct with Orlando on Expedia, pretty good. Right, how about TUI? So we lost Monarch, we lost Tommy Cooks. Let's have a look at TUI. They go into Melbourne Airport, which is about 45 minutes to an hour east of Orlando. And let's have a look. Oh, how do we do this one? So let's get rid of that one. Okay, right. Manchester, choose airport, United States. What have we got in the United States? Melbourne, there we go, Melbourne. Select a date. Okay, April 30th, yeah, okay. Wow, 500 quid. Select a date coming back, May. Oh, no flights coming back, so there's absolutely nothing at all coming back, no options at all there. Right, okay, what about if we look at London Gatwick? Click the search, let's have a look. Select a date. Can I get back to London Gatwick in May? Let's have a look. No, could come back on the 3rd. Oh, 3rd is the date we want, yeah, right, okay. Completely full. Absolutely nothing at all. Moving on to Delta, which uses a lot of Virgin. Let's have a look. So Delta Airlines. What have we got? Right, okay. So, what have we got here? Accept all. Round trip, right, depart. Let's put the dates in. Yeah, 30th of April. Return back 3rd of May. 2 passengers. Okay, right, change this one. MAN Manchester. There we go. MCO. Orlando. Search, right. What have you got, Delta? Come on. Right, let's have a look. It's having a good think about this one. Ooh, pretty expensive. 1,612, 1,007. Oh, there's one here, 1,012. It's going to go through Atlanta, so Manchester, Atlanta to Orlando. So it's going to use Virgin and then Delta. So right, let's click on this one, Economy Light. And let's see what else that we can do here. Okay, right. Coming back through Atlanta, connecting with the Virgin to Manchester. 1,012. Total price, this one's going to cost us 2,022. Wow, pretty crazy. Over 1,000 quid each. That's nuts, isn't it? Absolutely nuts. Right, okay, let's click start over. If we change Manchester, and let's have a look at London Heathrow. What have you got, Delta? I don't think they fly direct, but let's see what options we may have on this route. It's definitely worth, as you can see, checking all the different airline systems. Right, okay, non-stop, so they do actually fly Heathrow to Orlando non-stop, Delta. 533 quid, or there is a later flight. Yeah, we'll have that one then. 427. Okay, let's go for the basic light. Operated by, that's actually Virgin then. So this is Virgin out of Heathrow. Okie dokie. Right, so coming back, non-stop flight. 520. Right, let's have a bit of that one then. So this is again going to be operated by Virgin Atlantic Airways. 1,039, not bad. Moving on to United. United normally go through Newark. Let's have a look. I used to fly Manchester to Newark, and again we lost that due to COVID. Right, okay, let's have a look then. So, MCO, Orlando, put the dates in, accept all there. Okie dokie, so here we go, 30 April, coming back, 3rd of May, 2 of us. Right, economy 5 flights from London, United, whatever you got. Right, okay. That's about the worst thing when you're waiting for all the prices to come up, isn't it? And these change daily, as you know. Right, pretty expensive. 700, 654. Going through Washington, Newark. So most of them are going through Newark there. There's one at 558. So let's go with that one, the basic economy. Okay, so we'll select that. Let's have a look at the return flight. And what have we got for the return? Right, okay, 1 stop, so through Newark. 654, about the cheapest. About the cheapest going to be Orlando, Newark, Newark, Heathrow. What's this going to cost us with United then? Right, £1,307. Wow, okay. Seen worse. Let's have a quick look at Manchester. And this might probably operate through Germany, I'm guessing, probably Munich or something like that. But worth a thought. As long as we get to Orlando, that's the main thing, isn't it? Yeah, through Munich. But not cheap. You were looking at about, what, 794, 795. Through Frankfurt, so there's one through Munich there. 711 going out, so we'll go with the basic economy. Okay, select that one. Let's have a look at the return. So the return's probably going to be, I would say, the same through Munich. Yeah, Munich, but look at some of the prices here. 711. So yeah, Frankfurt, that one's coming through. So let's have a look at that one. Coming back through Frankfurt, good old Frankfurt. Went through there last year, but yeah, it's going to cost us 1,420. So let's give this one a try. Let's have a look. So Icelandic Air. Fly to the USA. Okie doke. Right, what have we got? So London Gatwick, acceptable cookies. So let's try Manchester first of all. Manchester to MCO. Okay, let's have a look. Right, okay, select the date. And 2 people, so let's go with 2 people first of all. Click on the date. What have we got here then? Okay, moving on to, nothing's happening at the moment. Let's try and click again. Here we go. Right, okay, 30th of April, about 684. Okay, back the 3rd, 924. This one's going to be pretty pricey then. Right, what's it going to do? Where's it going to route us through? It's got to be through Keflavik, Reykjavik. Let's have a look at what we've got. Right, okay, so going out, 1 stop, 376, so not too bad going out. Manchester, Keflavik, a couple hours in Keflavik and then to Orlando. That'd be a really good flight. Right, select economy standard. They haven't got light, so we'll go with standard. But a lot of money coming back. Look at this, and 2 stops coming back. So it's probably going to go via, JFK and then JFK to Iceland. Wow, but it's going to cost a fair bit of money, this one. Nice and cheap going out, but more expensive coming back. So the lowest fare realistically with 2 plane changes there, 685. Let's have a look at what we would pay in total. 2,125. Wow, that's unbelievable, isn't it? Okay, right, let's go back if we can. Let's click change. Okay, where do we go back? We're going to have to click edit search. Here we go. Right, okay. So let's have a look into the London area. Choose London Heathrow. Let's click on the search. I like it where it leaves your previous search in there, which is kind of good. Let's have a look at what we've got. Right, okay. Pretty good going out. 1 plane change. So that's going to be going via Reykjavik. And we can have what economy like 231. So we'll have a bit of that. Okay, yeah. Understand. What about coming back then? Oh, pretty good. And just 1 plane. So Orlando, Iceland, Heathrow. That would be pretty good actually. Select that one. Right. What's it going to cost us? Icelandic Air out to London Heathrow. 1,081. Not right. Swiss Air via Zurich possibly. Might use via Munich. Combination with Lufthansa probably. So Manchester MCO. Put the dates in. We flew Swiss Air last year from Los Angeles. They were really, really good. And Zurich was quite an easy connection as well. So I'd be quite happy going this way. Okay, change this for 2 people. And right, let's have a look. What have we got, Swiss Air? Come on. Right, okay. Well, 321, not too bad going out. What are they going to do? How are they going to route us? So they're going to route us through Lufthansa. So it's going to go through probably Munich or Frankfurt. Yeah, through Munich. It's not a bad connection. A couple hours in Munich, so not a bad price. 356. Go with economy light. Right, okay. What about the return then? Let's have a look at the return. Not bad on prices, and yeah, it's coming back through Munich or Frankfurt. Frankfurt's the cheaper one, so let's choose that one. Bit of a long delay in Frankfurt on the way back, but it is what it is. Right, what's this going to cost us then? Total on this one, guys, is going to be 1,483. Okay, moving on to Lufthansa. It's probably going to be the same as Swiss Air because it seems to be exactly the same system and flight. But let's just have a look at it. It can differ from different sites. So tools. Okay, let's have a look. Manchester then. MAN to MCO. Love MCO. And okay, let's move on to the dates here. All the systems are different. Oh, I don't know if you've noticed that. I don't know which one I prefer best. 5 flights. Let's have a look. So Lufthansa, it's definitely going to route it through Munich or Frankfurt. And I'm guessing very, very similar prices to what we've just seen with Swiss Air. Yeah, 321. Okay, so Manchester via Munich, 356. Okay. Yeah. Good connection through Munich. That's not too bad. So let's have that one. Go with a light. Okay, and let's see. Right, okay, coming back then through Frankfurt's probably the cheapest. That long one again in Frankfurt. So going through Lufthansa's website, other than Swiss Air, what are we getting? Total on this one, guys, 1,483.14 pence. Right, moving on to Air France via Paris. What have they got? Let's have a look. Never been to Paris for a long time. Don't mind probably going through Paris. Let's see, 2 adults. It's amazing how long this takes. I think so far we're about an hour in searching for flights to Orlando, so it does take an awful lot of time that us guys have already done with Aer Lingus. Thought we were sorted. I am. You guys probably aren't at the moment, so this is the whole point of this video. Let's get you guys sorted. Let's get you on your way to Orlando. Right, okay, through Paris. What have we got? Outward. Price-wise, ooh, expensive. 1,750. Oh, there's one here, 591. Okay, so one connection through Paris. 8:35 into Paris. A long time in Paris there. So okay, let's select it. Or there is actually a slightly later one here, better connection. So we'll go with that one. Go with the light. Okie dokie. Right, let's see what we've got. Coming back, a lot of money coming back. 1,400. Wow. Obviously one connection, so I mean the cheapest, let's say this one, it's going to probably come through New York. Oh yeah, so Manchester, Orlando, New York, and then flying on Virgin, coming back. Shows KLM coming back. Transfer in New York, 9 hours. Well, that one is what, £2,100. That's crazy money. Okay, so yeah, through Paris to Orlando, and then coming back, Orlando, New York, New York to Manchester. Got a long time in New York. Final one, guys, KLM via Amsterdam. Let's have a look. It's worth a check, I guess. And let's see if it does route anything through. Sometimes it routes through Detroit, Manchester, Amsterdam, Amsterdam, Detroit, Detroit to Orlando. Let's see. So how do we work this one? Right, departing from Manchester. MCO. Okay, Orlando. 2 others. It's a really strange way after adding another passenger that way. Right, okay, yep, let's change the date. Okay, yep. And here we go. Right, okie dokie. 30th of April. Expensive. Oh my god, there's one there for 591. Transfer details. Oh, it's actually using Air France via Paris that we've used before. Yeah, through Paris. So if we select that one, go with the cheapest light. Okay, we'll go with that. Have a look at the return. Direct. Oh, right, yeah, Virgin Direct. But look at that, 2,119. Crazy. Probably coming through New York again there. So pretty much the same. So if we select that one, go with the light. Okay, that's going to cost £2,123. Wow.
Okay then guys, so as you've seen, there are lots and lots of different options that we've looked at that you can go from. It isn't just Virgin that you've got and pay all this ridiculous money because they're just profiteering out of Aer Lingus. I really wish at some point we can get American Airlines back out of Manchester. If you remember all the olden days, they used to fly to Chicago, Philadelphia, Boston and JFK pretty much on a daily basis. And with American Airlines, they were okay, they weren't too bad. But once you were in those key locations in the US, you could get absolutely anywhere. We used to have Delta out of Manchester through Atlanta and JFK. That was daily. Continental to Newark. United Airlines, I think we had as well. And obviously remember Thomas Cook. Thomas Cook used to do all those flights to Orlando's MCO. Monarch Airlines. We've lost so many. There's so little choices now from Manchester Airport. And I think looking for, if you guys are thinking about 2027 and going to Florida, my advice, if you can get a good deal with Virgin, great, go for that. They are awesome, you'll love it. Direct to Orlando in 8.5, 9 hours. But personally, look at the indirect options. Look at maybe going down to London, staying overnight, maybe up to Glasgow or Edinburgh as it's staying overnight there. Or looking at the indirect options. There is so many options that can save you an awful lot of money that you can spend and enjoy yourself in Orlando. No negative impact from me with Aer Lingus. Will I keep travelling with Aer Lingus? Of course will. And I think, to be honest, I think it's opened my eyes. I think indirectly now, Manchester through Dublin and Dublin onwards to the United States, I think is the way forward. The airfares are much better than Virgin or British Airways or any of the other airlines. Clear immigration in Dublin, and you arrive in the United States stress-free. Because as you all know, if you've been to America before, if you haven't got global entry, or if you haven't used the app on the phone to actually get through there, then sometimes you can be waiting an hour or 2 hours. I mean, JFK, Los Angeles, it can be like 2 hours waiting to get through immigration. So I know it can be a bit of a hassle going through Dublin, but your luggage is going to go straight through. You're going to stretch your legs in Dublin. It's apparently a beautiful airport, never been, but I'll let you know in April. And you'll clear US immigration. Hope you've enjoyed the video, guys. I hope you managed to get sorted, and I think by the end of the year all this nightmare with Aer Lingus will have gone, and we'll all have had a wonderful time in the city beautiful Orlando. Remember, give me a big thumbs up, drop me some comments, let me know if you've had a wonderful time and have you managed to get sorted, as the video helped you. Subscribe to the channel, give Nick a big paws up, and we'll see you on the Travel Out Day, 30th of April. Thanks for watching, guys.